Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing Mountain Path on Impoppable. I'm taking a break from Wake Up Call because, seriously, Roughhouser Village is kinda hard. I did actually try it and I couldn't beat it, but maybe I could beat it now. By now, I mean, like right now when I'm commentating on this video, which is way after the video was filmed, by the way, just in case if you were wondering. Then pretty much all the videos are in the past, and now, as in right now, is gonna be in the past, but as a video, it's gonna be in the future. I'm talking about if I do Roughhouser Village on Impoppable, which I will do soon, because I have a lot of tech terrors now. Speaking of tech terrors, you know how once you open an epic wish orb, and then the game just gives you random stuff, and you're like, you know those times when you just want one specific ally or anything, and the game's just not gonna give it to you, and they're like, hey, how about you take this instead? Or, wait a minute, give me a second. I just checked later on in the video, and it turns out I do actually have the Dark Temple unlocked. I guess that means I only really had it not unlocked in Prime Mountain. But yeah. Anyways, Dark Temple gives an insane amount of range. It's like maybe more than double range. I don't know. It says plus 100 range, but I can't tell if it's 100% or it's just range at... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, because range is measured in numbers, so I guess plus 100 is... I never checked to see how much range the super had. I remember Finn used to have, like, 30. And Finn's range is tiny, so... Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Well, I was never on topic about the video anyways. But anyways, so... I wanted the Dark Temple idol for a really long time. And I would always just craft epic wish orbs and be like, please give me a Dark Temple. And then, guess what? No Dark Temple idol. And then I'd be really annoyed. And finally, one day, I got the Dark Temple idol. And I was like, yes! And then all of a sudden, after that, the game is like, hey, how about you take another one? And another one. And another one. And I'm like, I only have one Super Monkey. I don't need that many Dark Temple idols. But the point is, whenever you want something, it's almost as if you feel like the game doesn't want to give it to you. Although, I feel like it's probably an even chance. The same thing happened with BMO. I wanted BMO for a really long time, and then finally, when I did get... Oh yeah, by the way, my characters, most of them have camo. I don't know why I'm throwing this out there, but yeah. I wanted BMO for a really long time. And then finally, when I got BMO, I was like, yay, I want a second BMO. And then, after a long time, I got a second BMO. Then after another long time, I got a third BMO. And then all of a sudden, I started getting, like, BMOs, like, all the time. And then finally, I had more BMOs than I have characters that can equip them, so... If only we could equip that many BMOs. That would be so much money. Another thing I got since the last video is Humbo. And Humbo is a lot better than when I first thought about it. When I was reading the description, I was like, I mean, it seems okay. So then I decided to put it on Merceline, because she's the only one who can put it on. I think you can also put it on that Hunter, Merceline. Except that's a premium character, so they don't count, or at least to me they don't count. They are still possible to get, like, from Martian games, but I mean, 75,000 crystals, that's a lot of grinding. Especially since you have to come first, which is hard. And yeah, so basically Humbo is pretty good. Because, it decreases all abilities, like, cost of all abilities by 50%. And at first I was like, how much could abilities even cost? And then I suddenly remember that time they nerfed Max's ability, and it cost like so much more. I don't even remember how much it costed before. But now, thanks to Humbo, we can get Max ability for cheap. We can also get Flame Princess ability for cheap. We can also get Jake's ability for cheap. And no, I'm not talking about Jake's suit, which I unlock later. I'm talking about Tie 'em Up. Because I like Tie 'em Up. It ties up the bads for like 0 seconds, but still. It ties up bads. Another epic trinket that I know about. I don't know when I got that, but it turns out sometime after this video, I was just scrolling through all my epic stuff, and then I found, baby blanket. So if Jake has it, when Finn is in range, Brofist costs 1,000. And then I was like, wait, why didn't I hear about this before? It would have been so much better, but anyways, I'm gonna go talk about the Dark Temple now, because when I first got it, I was like, hey, we unlocked the Dark Temple, so then why not let's just play Roughhouser Village? And I thought I could just easily cheese that level, and I placed like one tech terror to help out, and not much characters. And guess what happened? It turns out my temple was unable to destroy the bad, and it just leaked. It just went right out the exit. Crystal Gem doesn't even do that much. I feel like Crystal Gem does actually slow a bit, because when I watch the ZOMVs, they get slowed a lot. So I feel like Crystal Gem does something, but thanks to the amount of damage a temple does, it immediately gets cancelled. Wait, but a temple doesn't even do 400 damage. Only the Nightosphere Amulet would do that much. I feel like... Oh wait, no, it doesn't do 400. It does like 80 after it got nerfed. But yeah, anyways, if you guys need help beating a bad on round 75, just use a Nightosphere Amulet. It's super easy. It only costs 1,000, and that's the low price if it continued. Okay, it's actually not that cheap. But it's cheap enough if you want to beat Cursed Mirrors on Impoppable, so yes. I'm just gonna bring this up, but it turns out Rattle Balls is actually a really good starting ally. I would not character, because pretty much any character is better than allies. Most of them, at least. Unless it's the Tech Terror, but you can't really start with a Tech Terror because of how much they cost. And seriously, would you really want to pay 12,000 for Tech Terror when you can just get Warrior Bubblegum's special upgrade of Born to Rule, and that just makes the 12,000 price tag down to 9,000? But the only reason I'm bringing up Rattle Balls is because of Martian Games, which I almost just called Contested Territory. But whenever we get allies only, I seem to have found some good starting allies, like Wizard Lord, Rattle Balls, or Mo. Actually, there a lot of allies are good for starting, but they're not actually really good. They're just good compared to the other allies. Because allies are pretty bad at starting the game. Especially once you get to round, like, 12, and then you start getting Moabs. But wait. That's actually only annoying once it's half cash, because then you can't really afford any demos to farm, so... The main thing why I think allies are a lot better than they really are in, like, Contested Territory or anything is because I almost always get Born to Rule, which means I can have double the allies. And they cost less. So... Also, I think sometime in the video, I do actually panic a temple because I was like, hey, maybe I can beat this rush. And then I was like, oh no, I can't. And then I get the Dark Sun God, and thankfully, it has enough range to pop the Bloons. Okay, I actually did test something with it, because I found this weird glitch on, I think it's Apple Forest. Okay, it's not Trey Trunk's house, so it has to be Apple Forest. But the pile of apples, for some reason it says it blocks your character's range, but once I got the Sun God upgrade, it was actually able to shoot through the apples, so that doesn't make any sense. So then I was like, hey, can this actually shoot through, like, these trees or something? Because what if Sun God was floating in the air? So then, I tested it on this exact map, where I put it behind all the trees, and I was kind of disappointed when I realized it couldn't pop anything. I think this was... No, this wasn't the round when I panicked one. But it's always good to have that temple there, in case if you need it, so you don't die. Also, Finn's level 7 ability is also really good, because it prevents death. When I first looked at it, I thought it just restarted the round, but instead it's kind of like Legend of the Night, except it can't tank bads, so... It's a $700 upgrade anyways, so... No one needs to expect it to tank bads. But imagine if it could. Then they should raise the price tag to like at least 50k and give it a cooldown, and then boom, we got ourselves a second Legend of the Night. Although then you should probably raise the price a little bit more so that it gets that sweet 75,000. Oh wait, but then it costs more than the Sun God. Well, that's a meh. Also, imagine having 12 tech terrors. This might sound completely random, but yes, 12 tech terrors. 6 tech terrors, 1 for all your monkey allies. Then you need the non-monkey allies as your starting character, like Finn. And then you have Warrior Princess Bubblegum to duplicate them, so it's 12. Yeah, I wonder how powerful that would be. So there was this one quest that said, beat 3 games on Impoppable without placing Finn, or beat 3 games on Impoppable without placing Max. And I thought, who's my starting character? It's Finn. So that means obviously I could just be like, we'll kick Max from the group. And it was still pretty much the same game. Okay, so I thought I was gonna use the temple in this round, but it turns out tech terrors come in clutch. Not really, they didn't even get close to the end, but... Anyways, I'm gonna talk about some of those allies that you get from, like, events. Like, let's say, Holly Jolly Demo. I found out that there was an ally called Clarence, and I didn't even know that existed until I saw it somewhere. I saw it on the wiki. But then I was like, wait, so... some of the special allies that you can't really get normally, they just don't show. And then I remembered the Martian Games allies, trinkets and stuff. I'm not saying the actual Martian Games stuff that show in the reddish color, you know, how all the Witch Orb stuff have their own color, like Epic is yellow, Super Rare is pink. I'm saying, like, I'll say the elf, for example. It's an ally, and it's an uncommon one, so... I saw it on Martian Trader a little while ago. And I'm not gonna get it because I want to save up for the premium characters instead, so... because that's more adventures. Also, now I think about it, how do you think Lady Rainicorn unlocks? We're just gonna say Tuxedo Jake, for example. Do you think it unlocks when you get the character, or... like, does it unlock after you beat the adventures? Or after you beat the adventures, or you get Tuxedo Jake, it can come from some random epic bush orb. So much stuff I'm thinking about. On the topic of unlocking stuff, I heard that in the new update, apparently any character can be unlocked on any level, which... I mean... I went through all that trouble to unlock the Super Monkey for nothing. Okay, fine, not gonna lie, it wasn't even that hard when I unlocked it, so... which was one of the characters I spent the most effort trying to unlock, when I could have played it on easy mode? I'm thinking. can't think of one. The only hard ones that I really remember are probably gonna be C4 Charlie and Psy, but those unlock on normal mode, so I guess I can't really think of any. I just remember that I have to charge my phone after I finish filming the after commentary. Also, I'm going to talk about my channel art. I've been wanting to make new channel art for like over a year now, and it turns out I've been working on it, but I haven't really gotten much stuff added, so I mean, actually I did add a lot of stuff, it's just, it's taking a long time. But I feel like I should have it done in a few months. Anyways, I'm just gonna have a time-lapse right here of me placing characters. It's actually a lot slower than the actual time-lapse I thought. But, I mean, it's just 3 times speed. Except for the part where I sell all the emotes. But just watching this makes me feel how slow microing in this game is. So I remember back in all the other Bloons games, once you hit a key, like, you instantly get the upgrade, so you can, like, Tier 1 to Tier 4, instantly. Or in Bloons 86 would be Tier 1 to Tier 5. But here there's, like, this upgrade path, and I'm still trying to get used to the hotkeys, because they feel kind of weird. But anyways, it's the final fortified bag. Let's hope. Unfortunately, the tech terrors don't have as much popping power as I wished, so it takes forever to pop that bad. And that's why you need a Nightosphere amulet. But thanks to the huge range of Super Monkey, you should be able to do it. That took a lot longer than I thought. Anyways, that's the level. And I'm gonna go play some other levels now. Wish me good luck on Roughhouser Village. And no, I don't only have 2 tech terrorists. I have, like, 1 more. Just 1. Anyways, I'll leave the episode off right here. See you guys next time.